Soccer needs to institute the blue card. The blue card was something we used a long time ago. I don't know about other leagues and stuff, but when I was playing high school back in 1992, I think it was, we're in a tournament and they had a blue card rule. So if you got 2 yellow cards, you would get a blue card, meaning that player would have to sit the rest of the game, but they could replace that player. That was a great thing to do. Now, straight red, fine, play down a man. That makes sense. But double yellow, you should be able to replace that player. We should institute the blue card rule. It makes sense. And you know what's crazy? It's like you get a lot of statistical data on soccer and the amount of ejections, especially in the college circuit I'm in. They always bring data. Well, soccer has all these ejections, but they don't understand a lot of these ejections are from rules created by FIFA and handed on down to the other leagues. So last man foul, you get, straight red. It could be an inadvertent foul, but if it's last man, straight red. 2 yellows equals an ejection. It could be an accidental handball and a tackle that seemed too aggressive. So you get another yellow, so you're ejected. That's silly. You should institute the blue card so the number of ejections go down, so we don't, determine that soccer is just out of control sport. They almost got rid of soccer in the late 90s, early 2000s when they were dealing with ejection issues. And you're dealing with a bunch of ADs back then that were all football and basketball coaches, where ejections were not as high. They happened more so in other sports. Of course, it was soccer, a sport they didn't fully understand, and still they don't understand today. And even in high school, it's crazy. In high school in Arizona, the AIA, it's run by the same people since the 80s, it seems. They're so old. But they're causing problems too, just going to, soccer just leads ejections in all sports. Yeah, because you have a bunch of officials in that sport because you have that don't know what they're doing. I don't know how many games I had officiating where they're brand new officials that never officiated before, and officials that were over the age of 70 that never officiate club soccer. So that they ref, like 3-4 different sports with AIA, and then they come to soccer where the sport is continually evolving, becoming way too fast, and they have no idea how to deal with it. There's just so many inexperienced officials in AIA. It's crazy because they always institute these new rules. You have to get their certification, so you have to pay for that. So they're not that accommodating. Their referee assigning's average at best, and it keeps changing over time. It's a lot of games to deal with, but it's just silly how our game is betrayed. But I would definitely institute a blue card rule where we're not handed so many ejections. Straight red we can deal with, but I even last man fell instead of a straight red, just make it a blue ejection because it wasn't on purpose. We have to do things like that to, shape the game and stop getting so many people attacking it.
The podcast you just heard was recorded with Anchor. If you want to make your own, download the Android or iOS app completely free from anchor.fm/podcast. That's anchor.fm/podcast.